Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's David Schmidt, and it's really an honor and a pleasure for me to be able to have some time with you today. I am traveling currently, and so sorry that I could not be there in person, but I do want to take this opportunity to thank Roy Sergiono for inviting me on this call today. Roy, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything that you have done to build Lifewave since 2005 now. You've been with us on this incredible journey. 17 years you've been a warrior. And you've traveled all over the globe. I have many, many fond memories of doing meetings with you everywhere in the United States, in the Philippines, all over the place. So I want to thank you for how hard you work to build Lifewave and, more importantly, relieve the suffering. I bet a lot of you don't know this about Roy. Roy, I'm going to embarrass you for a moment, if that's okay. We had a leader meeting once in Temecula, California. And we had this group of leaders, and in this get together, we took the leaders on a limo ride around Temecula to several different wineries. And Roy and I were celebrating our friendship and being in Lifewave together. And so we sat at this wine bar and we were having a glass of wine together, which is pretty rare for me. And the woman behind the counter had a cast on and she was in pain. And this is a crazy important lesson. There's a reason why Roy has sponsored over 800 people now. Sure, maybe it's over 900. I know at the time it was over 800 people. Roy did not hesitate to get out his bag with patches, began to patch the woman. We caught it on camera. She was immediately out of pain, and she signed up with Lifewave. So Roy, thank you for making your mission in life to ease the suffering in others. It's very much in alignment with my own goal and the goals of the company. So thank you so much. I also want to take the opportunity to thank the other leaders. I know Nikki and Larry are there. Nikki and Larry, the two of you are awesome. Love you guys and can't wait to see you. And again, like Roy, Nikki and Larry have been in Lifewave forever and have also traveled around the globe to build their Lifewave business and have been, as you know, extremely successful. So Nikki and Larry, thank you for everything that you do for Lifewave. It is truly a privilege to be associated with the two of you. And all the other, I don't know who all the other leaders that are there, so I certainly don't want to miss anybody. So if I left you out, it's only because I don't know that you're at this meeting. But thank you to our leadership community. The growth that we've had in our business has been absolutely extraordinary. Our business is over 10 times the size it was since releasing X39 in 2018. That doesn't happen by accident. It only really happens with great leadership, and our company is blessed to have great leaders all over the globe. And our business is thriving today, even though we face global recession, we face inflation. Many people are having hard times, and I'm going to talk about that in a moment and at our upcoming convention because we have a responsibility to help those people in need. But we have been extraordinarily blessed. So I thank God for all of the blessings we have, that we've been able to reach people in need, help those in need, and prosper and thrive as a company. So let's talk a little bit about convention. I am so excited about this. And I've prepared a few surprises for all of you. So first, we're going to be talking about X39 and X49. There's some new things I'm going to be sharing with you at convention, and I'm looking forward to making those presentations. I'm also going to be presenting our vision for the future. Now, one of the benefits of not being able to travel as much because of the pandemic was that I spent much more time in the research lab, and the progress that we've made, especially the past 3 years, has been absolutely extraordinary. I personally made more progress in the field of inventing and developing new tech the past 3 years than I think at any other period in my life. And this has been a blessing and truly extraordinary to be a part of and see how this has unfolded. And so I've given this a lot of thought, and I've decided that I want to share some of these new discoveries with our field so you can get a picture of where we're going over the next 10 years. First, you're going to see and be the first ones to take a look at some new technology that is going to impact your lives today. So there are things that are here now that are very much in the short term, that is new tech that you will be able to use and help and build your business and improve your health and the health of those around you. So that's going to be one of the things that we are going to be talking about. There's also new tech coming in the near future, and I'm going to unveil that for the first time. I can tell you that some of this is going to look like we are defying the laws of physics, but I assure you everything that you're going to see is real, and you're absolutely going to love it and what that's going to mean for our business. You're also going to get a picture of where we're going in the field of age reversal, what that is going to look like over the next few years, and then, as I said, about 10 years out. So we have a robust line of new technologies that we're converting over into products that you'll be able to use for yourself and your family, and of course, build your business on. Some of these are patches, and then most others are not. We're branching into new things that we're patenting and going to be making available exclusively to our Lifewave community. So very much looking forward to sharing all of those new things with you. I also wanted to do some other things that would really be fun. First, for everyone that comes to convention live, it's not available to those attending virtually. For those that are there live, they will be getting a free gift from me. This is coming directly from our lab, and it's just something extra that I wanted to do to say thank you to all of you for being in our Lifewave community, for attending the convention, and making this a really special event. So all of you that are attending are going to be getting a special gift from me, and can't wait to see what that is. I will tell you that you can't get this anyplace else. It's coming from our labs, and you're going to love it and enjoy it. I'm also unveiling some other new things that will be fun. As a teaser, I think what I'd say is you're going to see the world's first nanotechnology frisbee. And if you're wondering what that is and what that has to do with Lifewave and patches, you have to come to the convention to find out. But this is a new invention that I have, and it's fun. It's really fun. And you're going to see what the connection is to Lifewave. So I'm looking forward to doing that unveiling as well. So let's talk for a few minutes. I'm going to take a sip of water here. Let's take a minute and talk about X49. We have the summer coming up, and I hope that you've been thinking about and creating a plan for getting in shape and having the best summer of your lives. with Lifewave and X39 and X49. And for those of you that may be a little bit behind, maybe I can provide some tips here today that will help you get started. And we also are going to be covering this in great detail at the August convention. So X49, of course, is our second age reversal product. It is a daughter product to X39. And as we know, X39 elevates the copper peptide GHK-Cu, and X49 elevates the copper peptide AHK-Cu. So X49, the AHK is alanine, histidine, lysine. So it's one amino acid different than GHK, but that difference is massive. The GHK X39 peptide, that is rather ubiquitous in the human body. It's found nearly everywhere. Whereas AHK is more selective. You will find that in the muscle fiber, in cardiac heart tissue, and in the brain, and also in the skin. So some of the benefits that we could expect from X49 are an improvement in the health and quality of the skin, improvement in cognitive function, improvement in cardiac health, and of course, improvement in strength, stamina, and muscle growth. So if you want to get the best results with these products, you need to create a plan. And you need to be able to also have some structure to that plan. So let's use the business opportunity as an example. When you have your own business, and you're all entrepreneurs, congratulations, if you don't have a plan for success, you're planning to fail, right? That is always the way that it works. So you need to be thinking about in your business, how many phone calls do I make each day? What time am I making those calls? Who are you going to be emailing that day and why? What is the content of the email? Are you going to be doing three-way calls, live presentations? Are you doing patch demonstrations? Are you sending out samples? How are you going to be building your business? How are you working with the people in your team? These are all really important questions, and how you answer those questions and develop your plan will be the difference between success and failure. Now, fortunately, if you're new to the network marketing business, if you're new to Lifewave, there are a lot of people here that want you to succeed, and you can learn from their success. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, fortunately. Now, the same is true with health. The first thing that I would tell you is that when you are embarking on a fitness program, don't start with your body. Start with your spirit and your mind. Because if your spirit and your mind are not right, then you are not going to get any type of results. What do I mean by that? Well, let's use a practical example of your mindset. The reason why many people fail with exercise is because they hate to do it. They've put up this mental roadblock that I don't like to do the exercise, I don't want to be here, and I'm doing it because I have to. I'm going to use a case in point, Batman. Now, I am a huge Iron Man fan. There it is. He's over there. I'm trying to point my fingers backwards. There, how about, well, the camera's, there we go. I can kind of point it that way, right? Everything's backwards here. But you can see Iron Man on the shelf. I am a huge Iron Man fan because Tony Stark is an inventor, so I identify with being an inventor. Now, Batman, though, as we know, has been played by a number of different actors, one of which is Ben Affleck in some of the more recent movies. And then to me, the true Batman is Christian Bale. Hopefully, we got some Christian Bale Batman fans there. But if you've ever seen an interview with them, they're very, very different. When Ben Affleck was being interviewed on his training for Batman, and he looked fantastic, by the way. I want to give him a lot of credit for that. He was talking about his diet and exercise program, how difficult it was to do. He didn't like it. And not surprisingly, after the role was over, he gained back weight and lost his Batman figure. Christian Bale, on the other hand, was extraordinarily different. He talked about how much he loved training for the role of Batman, how he gave everything into it. He would train for hours a day in martial arts to learn the moves. And apparently Christian Bale has a photographic memory and did extraordinarily well in this martial arts technique. But the difference in the mindset was extraordinarily different. So we should be aware of this. In other words, what I'm saying to you is that as you're embarking on a fitness program, get your mindset right. Embrace the exercise. This is something that is beneficial, healthy for your body. It's going to help you get in great shape. It's going to help you live longer, have a better quality of life, help to reduce pain, improve mobility, look better, improve the quality of sleep. And if you wake up in the morning and you feel a little sore or stiff, embrace it and love it, because that means you're working your body and you're working your way to success. So think about your mindset and your feelings towards exercise, and you might want to reevaluate and give thanks. I love to pray before exercise and give thanks. I found that if I go, just before I go into the gym, if I say, thank you, God, for letting me have this time. I am so looking forward to being in the gym. Please don't let the time pass too quickly. I always find that that puts me in a very positive frame of mind, and I look forward to being in the gym, and it's not so difficult. Now, the other question comes up. We're not going to take all the time today. I only wanted to take a few minutes to talk about this. But first, put your foundation in place. Once you got your mindset taken care of, put your foundation in place. Meaning, look at your diet. Do you want to use strategies like intermittent fasting or keto? I definitely recommend a diet that is low in carbohydrates. You don't necessarily have to restrict your calories, but you should have a plan, and definitely stay away from the processed sugar and the junk food. Right? Try to have healthy foods. Focus on getting enough sleep so you have time for recovery. A minimum of 7 hours. Make sure the quality of the sleep is great by keeping the room dark, getting the temperature just right. And of course, plan out your exercise routine. One form of exercise that I would highly recommend you look at are Tabatas. And Tabatas are extraordinarily efficient. And you can reduce your workout time to minutes per day. You may find that you like them so much that you want to increase the amount of time you exercise. So how do we do? Well, what is a Tabata first? Tabata was discovered in Tokyo, Japan in 1996 by Dr. Tabata. And this is a form of exercise where you exercise for 20 seconds, you rest for 10 seconds, and then you repeat for a total of 4 minutes. 4 minutes. So there's no excuse not to exercise. Tabata is Tabata, and you can download a free Tabata app on your smartphone. And that will tell you when to exercise and when to rest. Now, a true Tabata, you're going all out for 20 seconds and you're resting for 10 seconds. If you haven't exercised in a while, I would recommend that you start really slow. Maybe you only go 50% of maximum. And you pick an easy exercise like jumping jacks. So you might do some jumping jacks for 20 seconds at a moderate pace, rest for 10 seconds, and then repeat. Also, I am not a medical doctor, and so if you are overweight, speak with your medical doctor before embarking on a fitness program and have them help you with that if necessary, or if needed, get a trainer. Then as you start to feel yourself getting in shape, you can take on more difficult exercises like jump rope, mountain climbers. The extreme are going to be things like burpees, but I would do them in Tabata style, and you can gradually increase the intensity. Now, X39 and especially X49 are going to significantly improve your speed of recovery. What we found out in the first clinical study that we did with some of the people being over the age of 70 is that even with no restricted diet and with moderate exercise, we saw people being able to as much as double their strength and stamina in a period of only 60 days. Patch placements, we used X39 behind the neck and X49 below the belly button. One thing I've been experimenting with recently is having X49 and carnosine up on the upper chest. I did that for a week, and I actually found that my cardio improved pretty dramatically. So X49, I got him here today, X49 on the right and carnosine on the left. When we do our blood studies, we find that blood levels of these peptides are going up. So that means that the effect is systemic. So I'm not saying that the placement isn't important, because there are advantages to applying the patches to specific points. But if we're just looking for an improvement in overall health, don't get hung up on patch placements. But you can experiment a little bit. X49 can generally be applied anywhere along the midline of the body or on the right side of the body. Let's say that you wake up and you have a stiff back. Maybe you want to put X49 along the spine on the lower back. That's okay. No problem with that at all. We, of course, have other patches that act as anti-inflammatories like Eon and glutathione. So if you wanted to have X39 behind the neck, X49 below the belly button, and then Eon or glutathione at the tailbone or at the lower back, of course, you could do that as well. I, at this point, really like using the Eon patch at night. I have found that it makes a very significant difference in the quality of my sleep, and I'll wear the Eon patch in the evening on the right side of the neck or sometimes on the right temple, and that protocol works extremely well for me. Also, you can use the energy patches, and you can use the patches any place in the instructions. There's any number of places to apply them. For general health on the bottom of the feet, or if you're going to exercise on the wrists. And this is called an acupuncture, the pericardium. There we go, pericardium 6 point. And it's located about 3 finger widths from the crease in the wrist. And so you can put white on right and tan on left. And we've had many professional athletes, Olympic athletes use the patches there. with great results. The pericardium, by the way, is a protective sheath around the heart. And when we do studies like heart rate variability, which measures the ratio of muscle contractions in the four chambers of the heart, we find the energy enhancer patches improve that. So energy patches are another tool that you have in health and fitness. So those are some tips on using the patches. Again, I would work with your foundation, make sure that you have your mindset correct for both your business building, and for your health and fitness routine. Do a check on your diet, make any corrections that are necessary, adequate protein intake, adequate healthy fats, low carbohydrates, preferably adequate amounts of water, get at least 7 hours of sleep, use your patches during the day and the evening, those protocols, and of course, make sure that you have a safe and properly structured exercise routine that can lead you on a path of success. Doesn't take a lot of exercise to get your body in shape if you're doing it the correct way. And again, when you come to August convention, we're going to be talking about that in a lot more detail. Okay, I think I have probably talked long enough. And again, I want to take this opportunity to thank Roy for inviting me to have some time with all of you today. And I'm so looking forward to seeing you all at convention. It's going to be amazing. Florida, of course, is absolutely beautiful. I hope that you'll stay a couple extra days in Orlando. It's a beautiful city and has a tremendous amount to offer. So if you're traveling to come into Florida, maybe spend a little bit of extra time and enjoy some of the things that we have here. So thank you so much. God bless to you and all of your families, that you stay safe and healthy and happy, and looking forward to seeing you in August. Thanks so much.